my name is Allie and welcome to my channel, Reality. First things first, we're gonna talk about something that a lot of people might be a little bit squeamish about, and I'm not gonna hold back. This is an honest product review because you might be like me, you might be a cloth diapering mom, or you're into that sort of thing, or maybe you're not even a mom. Maybe, you just like to stop spending so much money on pads and other period related things. Maybe you don't like all the chemicals that are added into your pads and whatever. There's a lot of reasons why you might find yourself on this channel with this video, and just know that I'm not gonna hold back. So if you're a little bit squeamish on things, then this is not the video for you. If you guys watch us on the daily, we do daily vlogs here, and you would know that for most of the time, my children, two little boys, Vladimir and Niklaus, are cloth diapered. We use two diapers systems, but the ones that we use for the older children, well, not children, but my older son, Vladimir, are the ALVA diapers. They come in really super cute prints, but we're not here to talk about that. We are actually here to talk about ALVA pads. Isn't that, well, for one, I'm not really a big fan of like animal print, but you gotta admit this is kind of cute. And I was really skeptical when it came to just reusable, washable pads, because I'm like, I don't know, man. I had some like nursing pads for when my breast would leak breast milk, and I'm like, well, they get kind of weird and wonky after you wash them a while, and it's just, whatever. And that's just breast milk. I'm like, how is a reusable pad, like a cloth pad, gonna be? I had a few questions and concerns, like legit questions and concerns. Is it gonna feel gross? Am I gonna feel wet all the time? Like, what happens to cloths? Like, does it move a lot? Does it work? I sadly and unfortunately bleed an awful lot, and that's just, is it gonna be able to hold, like, how much, am I gonna be leaking, all these things? Is it gonna be super thick? Like, what is it? And of course you can go on to like other product reviews and people are like, yes, it's so clean and sunshine, but I'm like, dude, you're still not answering my questions. At least personally, when I was looking into reusable and washable menstrual pads, there wasn't a lot of like, it was just kind of like, yeah, I love it, it's great, save the earth. But I really wanted a legit product review, so hopefully this is what that is for you guys. They come in different sizes. The biggest one, which I'm showing you guys right now, I'm assuming would be like your overnight one, or if you're just a heavy bleeder like me, like this is it. As you guys can see, here is what you essentially like lays against you. This is the back, and it has two little snaps that go around your panties like wings would, like the sticky wings that we're all used to. Hate those things sometimes because then they stick to your body. But yeah, I've been trying them out for, I think, a little bit over maybe 2 months now. So I've gotten 2 tries out of them. And I'm gonna say this, for the most part, I wish I had more of these guys, like this size. If you're like me and you know that you bleed an awful lot throughout your entire, period, like get the big ones. If you go through an entire like maxi like case of pads usually, then just get yourself some big ones. If you're more of a lighter type of person, this is the smallest one that I have on, like right now. I have an even smaller one that's actually in the wash, which I'm assuming is more like of a panty liner. So if you're just more like lighter periods, or you just got like, you're on birth control, or you got an implant and you're still kind of spotting, that would be great for you too. So here are my pros and cons. My pros is that it's like, they're reusable, they're washable. You're not going to be spending money over and over again on a product that you're going to throw away, which means 1, hello, money saved for you. 2, hello, the earth being saved. And 3, like, It's kind of cool, you know? You don't have to worry about in the middle of the night starting your period and being like, oh my God, it's like 1,000 degrees outside, or it's a negative below zero outside. I don't want to drive out. And, you know, sometimes depending on where you live, there might not be stores open, or you just, you know, you feel crappy already. You don't want to go to the store when you already feel like bloated and nasty. And these guys will be right here for you, you know, they'll be ready to go. They're really soft, at least to me. One thing, I wear pads all the time, and sometimes I lovingly refer to it as a diaper rash. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you've been wearing a pad all week long, and like I said, if you're like me and you bleed a lot, it's a very thick pad, it's a very heavy pad, it starts to chafe you, and it's just like, it's very uncomfortable, and you get what I call diaper rash, and that sucks so much. So this is amazing, and it's great because it's all soft. It's all fabric. It's not, you know, nasty plasticky stuff or whatever the hell it is. So here is the question that everybody is always asking, or at least is always wondering. What does it feel like when it gets wet? And do you feel like you're sitting like you're a baby sitting in your own like diaper, you know? It feels very similar to what it feels like when you have a pad on, honestly. If you're the type of person who uses tampons or Instead cups or Diva cups or anything like that, because you don't like the feeling of your just typical disposable pad, then you're probably not going to like this, because it's very similar in the sense of the feeling. I only ever wear pads, and for a while I was dabbling in cups, the reusable cups that you just like pour out, but it's just, that's a whole nother story. But you know, to me it feels very similar, and in fact these are much more softer and much more nicer to me, but it still does have the same feeling. If you are a heavy bleeder, then after a while you will be able to feel it up against you. But I mean, I've noticed the same thing with a disposable pad. I don't think it's any more, any less than what a disposable pad is. It's not like the moment like liquid hits it, you're like, oh my God. It's about the same. Clots as well, sadly, you know, but same goes with just a disposable pad. If you have a lot of clots like I do during your period, it's the same thing. You can feel it, unfortunately, you know, it's whatever. You can't really get away from that. I had a few little cons with it, but it wasn't even necessarily like the system itself. It was more like, why don't I have any more of these? You know, whatever, I should buy more. The cons were that even though these guys do have the snaps on the sides to like snap it onto your panties as like you would with the sticky wing thing, sometimes at night, and then just me personally as well, I noticed that they tend to just move around and slide around. More so with the shorter ones than the longer ones, because these longer ones, like, look at this. This ain't moving anywhere. This is the size of like my head and like my neck. So this is not moving anywhere. At night, that's another story, but you know, every day, and like I said, the smaller they get, the more I've noticed that they just kind of wiggle and move around. So that kind of sucks, especially if you're an active person, or let's say that this is just your normal size, which is the second to the smallest size. You know, it might move on you if you're sleeping, which sucks. But I mean, the same thing happens to me sometimes when I use disposable pads that don't have the extra large like Nightwing or what have you, you know? So that was just my little issue there. I guess another one of my issues, which isn't really necessarily an issue with the performance of the pads, is that, I mean, these are it, you know? But this is the same issue, which isn't really an issue. It's just one of those kind of things like you have to take some to give some, which I have with the diapers as well, is that they're pretty bulky in comparisons to, you know, a disposable diaper or a disposable pad. Disposable pads do come in cute, very discreet little plastic things, that wrapping that is just ends up adding more waste to the earth, honestly, and more resources used on something that's not even used as the product. It's just like wrapping for the product. But like I said, you know, they do get really small and discreet. So if you are the type of person who's just a little bit like, you just don't want to be flaunting to the world like, hey, I'm on my period, you know, these might get a little bit difficult, but you can roll them up, you know, you can roll them up. And when they're rolled up like this, like, dude, like, do you even know what that is? I don't even know what that is. I mean, it still is pretty bulky. I'm sure you could totally, like, get creative with it. I haven't yet because I've just been thankfully using them in the comfort of my own house. But, you know, I don't necessarily care, but I know that there are people who do care. And then, of course, here comes the big issue, what to do with them afterwards. If you're at home, you just throw them wherever, you know, in a designated area until you can wash them. If you're out and about and you happen to be a parent who already cloth diapers, then you're kind of already used to it. You just carry around a wet bag and then you just wait until you get home. But, you know, that is something that you should consider when if you're thinking about purchasing these. If you're not okay with literally just walking around with a wet bag with blood, like a blood soaked like pad on it, then maybe these aren't for you. But I don't want you to get discouraged, because you can totally like get these for your house. Like, do you know how much money you could save if you just were to say, I'm just going to use these when I'm at home? You know, if I have to go to work, or if I have to go to school, or if I'm running out errands, like, I'll take some disposable ones, but these ones are strictly for like at home. Do you know how much money like you'd save, and how like much the earth would thank you if she could? You know, that's great. It's all about little things. One thing that I've come to find out is that it's not all or nothing. You don't have to be all cloth or nothing at all, or all cloth or nothing at all. Like, it is totally up to you. You know, you can do whatever you like, and thank goodness for the people at ALVA who are giving us the choices to choose, you know, healthier things and safer products for not only us, but our bodies and the earth and the environment, which I think is just amazing. So hopefully this wasn't too much TMI. Hopefully it was enough. If you're still debating it, I just say go and buy yourself just one pad, you know, try it out. If you're still kind of weirded out about it, or if, you know, you're not really into walking around with the wet bag, like I said, try it around at home. You might like it, you might not. It's one of those kind of things that it's like, it's just like any other pad. Everyone has their favorite brand. You know, you're not gonna like this brand over that brand, or you might like store brand over name brand. You know, you like the longer ones with the bigger wings, or you don't like the ones with wings at all. You know, it is, the possibilities out there are endless. That's another thing that I did forget to mention, is that they all come with wings, essentially, because as you can see, it's all fabric, so there is nothing sticking, you know, on to your panties. It's just the wings that is holding it in place. But one thing that I think I just thought of, which might help, you know, if you are going to have a more energetic day, or you do toss and turn a little bit more at night, and you are really like dead set on using these, maybe you could get like some fashion sticky tape, like double-sided sticky tape for like clothes, and there you go. If you need a little bit more of, you know, a little bit more security, like, you can do it if you want to. These are great. I like them. My only qualm is that now I have to buy more, so I'm not just, you know, using little small ones when I should be using the super big ones. But I hope this helps. I want to give a special thanks out to ALVA, who actually provided these wonderful pads for me to try out and to review. I will be leaving a link down below to their Instagram where you can see more of their products. They do specialize, like I said, in cloth diapers, but they do have some stuff for your needs, your monthly needs. So hopefully this review helps somebody out there who was maybe on the fence. Comment down below if you end up getting yourself some. Let me know how you like them. I really do hope this helps somebody. So I will see you guys all later. If you guys did not know, we do daily vlogs here. If you're not into that sort of thing, I totally understand. We do monthly updates for the children. If you're still not into that sort of thing, we on occasion do product reviews, as you see. If you're still not into that sort of thing, I just want to thank you for coming to check us out. We will see you later. Bye.